What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So on the agenda for today, we're actually going to be replacing the stop start button in my car, as well as the little parking brake release switch cover thing, whatever you want to call it. My stop start button is starting to show some signs of aging, and my parking brake switch cover has a crack in the middle of it, like someone pulled it up too hard one time, and it's been there since I picked the car up. And literally every single time I use it, I worry that it's going to snap in half and I'm going to have a hard time engaging or disengaging the parking brake. So I figured I'd show you guys and kind of walk you through the process on how to replace both of those in your F10. And after that, after both of those parts are installed, near the end of the video, I do want to take a second and kind of talk about the channel and talk about what's upcoming and on the agenda, and show a little bit of gratitude for those of you who've been constantly watching my videos and checking out my content. But we'll get more in depth on that at the end. But for now, let's hop into replacing these parts. All right, so here we are at the parking brake switch cover. This is the old one in my car that's cracked down the middle and all this paint is chipping off. And here's the new one I picked up from, I want to say, Amazon or eBay maybe. It was only a couple bucks, but I do want to note, however, that there are two different kinds. There's one with long prongs, like this one, and then there's one with short prongs. And the way to tell which one you need in your car, if your car doesn't have the auto H button right here, then you're going to need the one with long prongs at the end. But if your car does have the auto H button right here, then you're going to need the one with short prongs. So just be careful when you're ordering that you order the right one. Another easy way to tell, just in case, is you could pop this off and see, but just be careful, because obviously if you break it coming out, then you know you're going to be kind of SOL trying to engage and disengage the parking brake without, until you get your new one. But anyways, to remove it, it's pretty simple. All you need is a flathead screwdriver, and what you want to do is you want to go in. I don't know if you could see, but I'm going in with the flathead flat, like kind of parallel to the switch, not facing up like this, but flat. You're going to lift up the switch, you're going to go in on one end, and then just kind of pry it loose, like that. And you'll see that it's out on one side. And then you're going to do the same thing for the other side. You're going to get under there, and hopefully with any finesse, okay, I have one side out. There we go. And look, this thing is mangled up. I don't know if you could see that, but this thing is absolutely trash. Like, this was on its last leg. Look at that crack. And then all you got to do to install the new one is insert these pins right in between the light, or right on either side of the light, and then simply push it down like this. And then just like that, the switch is replaced. Alright, next up we have the parking brake switch. But to be able to remove that little button, or the cover rather, you have to pop off this whole trim piece. And so to do that, you want to start on the passenger side of the car like I am here. And all you want to do is maybe even open the glove box. But all you want to do is get under here and just start pulling it out carefully. It's only held in by some clips. And just carefully work it out. And then you're going to get to under here, and you have to pull the clip out. There's one for the stop start switch, one for these buttons up here for the unlock and lock, and then one for the hazard switch. And once you have them all disconnected, this thing should come out. Let me show you again. There's this one here, which just sits right here. Hopefully you guys could see that. There's one right here, hazard switch, and then the one for the stop start button right here. Alright, so now we're looking at the back of this whole trim piece, and this piece right here is the one you need to remove in order to gain access to the stop start button. So in order to remove this piece, I already took them out, but there's three T20 screws. And once you get them out, all you need to do is sort of gently pry it up like this, and then maneuver it out from under this tab right here. But you'll just pull it out just like that. And once you have it out, you have access to the button and the cover itself, which I'll show you how to remove in the next clip. Alright, once you get this piece removed from the trim piece inside of the car, once you have these 3 screws removed, you have to get this outer trim ring off in order to get the stop start button exposed enough to be able to pop it out. And in order to do that, there's 3 little like tabs right here. There's one here, here, and over here. And all you got to do to get it off is you gently pry until you loosen them up from these little tabs right here. And then just like that, it is off and you gain access to the button. Now to remove the button itself, it's pretty much exactly the same as that little outer trim ring. There's a clip right there, and then there's a hidden clip in this little exposed part right here. And so all you got to do again is gently pry up underneath here. See if I can do it without breaking it. There we go, there's one. And then the other side, it's a little trickier. There we go. And then the button will come right out. And you just have this left. And then to install is of course just the reverse. So you're going to put it in, line it up with the tabs at the bottom. You can see right here the tab. Then all you're going to do is push it in. And just like that, stop start button replaced. And then again with the trim ring, same thing. You just want to line it up. This little like tab right here does go at the very bottom, at least for mine. It's going to go over that, I don't know what that is, like guide pin or something, but it's going to go over that, and then you're just going to snap it in. Let's see here, get it around everything. Come on. Oh my gosh, not setting a good example. There, it's on. It's not going anywhere. And then we could toss this back in the trim piece and install that back in the car, and then call this job done. Alright, so obviously install is the reverse of when you removed it. Again, don't forget that you have to plug in 3 connectors, at least if you have, you know, the buttons that I have in your car. So just gently install. Try to not scratch anything or mess anything up. There's 2, and then this one's a little tricky, but alright, that should be it. And then where did that go? Right there. Okay. Alright, and just like that, it's back in there. Now let's see if everything works. Looks good, works perfectly. And let's see, you see the light down there? Oh, perfect. Alright, you guys. And that wraps it up for installing, oh, wrong way. And that wraps it up for installing the parts. Yeah, man, this was a really easy one. These parts are really simple. Honestly, if I wasn't like filming this video, it probably would have taken me 15 minutes to replace both of them. They pretty much just snap in, minus having to unscrew the stop start like switch assembly from the back in order to gain access to the button. You don't need any more tools than that T20 bit I was telling you in like a socket, or a ratchet, excuse me. But yeah, man, just one more little thing to add to the interior of the car that's really making it, you know, come together. with the cinnamon colored interior pieces and the Alcantara stuff I've installed. The interior is starting to look really good. I have to get still the rear. You guys, so if you made it through that whole walkthrough, I just want to say first and foremost, thank you so much for constantly checking out my stuff, or if you made it that far just for tutorial sake, thank you. The whole point for this part of the video is I just quickly want to say and show gratitude. Last night I checked and I officially hit 500 subscribers here on YouTube, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. I never thought that this little channel of me documenting, putting, you know, whatever parts on my BMW would go anywhere. And I know 500 isn't a lot compared to some of the channels out there, but to me 500 is like a huge deal, and I just want to say thank you so much. I don't know if this is going to come off as a bad thing, but a small part of me does hope that this channel eventually starts bringing in a little bit of money, so that way I can reinvest that back into the channel. I want to be able to build really cool cars, and I want to be able to document it and make these really rad videos for you guys. And so 500, I don't know if you're aware, but to become monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within the past year. And 500 is halfway there, so I'm really stoked, and I'm really excited to see where this channel goes. And speaking of, as for plans for the channel, I don't know if this is going to be sad news to anybody, but I really enjoy the F10. I really like this platform. It's a fun platform. It looks really good. It performs really good depending on which one you get, and it's just been so fun to mod. But the F10 is not my dream car, and it's not a forever car for me. I have other cars in the works. I have other cars I'm interested in building, and so with that, coming up soon on the horizon, there's a car that I have my mind on that I'll show you guys soon, that I'm really excited to build. And I'm really hoping that, I mean, up to this point I've been pretty primarily like an F10 channel or a BMW channel, but I'm hoping that those of you who have subscribed to me up to this point are more fans of me and my content and less fans of just the platform or the car, because this next car that I have coming up is not a BMW, and I'm really excited to show it to you guys. So I just wanted to give you a small update and give you a little bit of gratitude and say thank you if you are one of the people who are constantly checking out my videos. I'm really excited to see where this channel goes, and I'm really excited for you guys to see what I have coming up. And I mean, I guess I'll just end it there. Thank you again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.